we have a trader who turned $7,000 into $90,000 in just 4 hours. Someone made $125,000 in just 2 days, and make sure you watch until the end because we have a trader who turned just $40 into $3,000 in 1 day. And we are starting off with an insane gain by DBO199523, who turned $7K to $90,000 in just 4 hours. He made most of his money, or $82K to be precise, from 200 SPY puts with a striking price at $399 and expiration date on March the 9th. So at 10:05 AM when SPY was trading at $401, he bought 200 0-day still expiry SPY puts with a striking price at $399 for about 35 cents a contract and a total of $7,000. He watched it move down a bit to $398 for the first few hours and then got busy with work. He checked back at about 1:30 PM and the interactive brokers liquidated the 200 contracts for $4.45 per contract for a total of $89,000. He is pumped that he made a profit, but is low-key annoyed with interactive brokers because they force sold his position a few hours early. He definitely wouldn't have sold because he's a huge regard and usually holds his 0-day still expiry positions until 3:30 PM, no matter how far out of the money they are. God forbid he makes money on a play that actually prints and then they decide to liquidate it. But when he holds his 0-day still expiry SPY puts that are $5 out of the money, they have no problem letting him hold until 4 PM. Someone pointed out that he could just buy next day expiration to avoid the problem, but that just isn't risky enough. And he bought those puts because he felt like the whole $400 plus break on Thursday for a short period was fake, especially because on Wednesday there was that random ass 30-minute pump at the end of the day. He bought puts because he figured it would drop from $401 to $398.99 to make people wonder if it will break $400 again next week. He never thought it would drop that much, and this trader is truly legendary because this wasn't even his first insane gain. Just 4 months ago he turned $2,000 into $100,000 in 2 days with 0-day still expiration Tesla puts and SPY calls. 5 months ago he turned 2.4K into $11,550 again on 0-day still expiry SPY calls. 6 months ago he turned $320 into $11,500. 8 months ago he turned $2,500 into $21,000 in just an hour, and then he turned 6.8K into $32,000 in just 4 hours. He didn't post any losses between these gains, but he said that he takes large breaks between these gain posts, which are typically all losses of 20K plus, but he usually withdraws majority of wins and keeps 10K in and plays with the 10K throughout the week. He has stop losses, so it will usually go down to 6 to 7K and then he'll make it back up the following week, so nothing worth posting about, and he'll spend his newly made gains on more 0-day still expiry options. Well, huge respects to him and hopefully he can keep this insane winning streak up. Next up we have an insane gain by OK Citizen. He's just 22 and is up by more than $60,000 in 1 day, off of week's calls in retirement accounts. On his positions he's up by 155 to 194%, and he's up by so much because he bought week's call options with striking prices at $19, $20, $21 and $22 and an expiration date on March the 22nd. Someone asked him if he sold and he responded with "what's that?" But then on Friday he posted an update titled "Closed out week's calls for $125,000 gain in 2 days." Just before he sold, his positions were up by 226 to 466% and he sold 90% of them, albeit he wasn't lucky enough to get fills at the screenshotted price, but it was still a 6-figure gain. He's taking out the principal and some modest gains into the regular 401k, which is linked to this self-direct 401k brokerage. He's putting that into mutual funds and only playing with earnings now. And he also put around 175k into 1.25x daily bear Nvidia ETFs, as he's not going to play with short-term options with this amount of money. Based off of his screenshots, he started with around 34k and in just 2 days he turned it into around 160k. So huge respects to him and hopefully he can make even more. Anyway, next up we have a trader by the name of Huya Tapin, who made 3 insane gains in the past week, starting off with a 128% gain in 100 minutes on Monday. So he's up by 128% or 4.5k because he bought a SPX bull call spread, which is a strategy when you buy a call option with a lower striking price and short a call with a higher striking price. That way you make money if the stock goes up, but at the same time you limit your losses and profits. He bought a SPX call with a striking price at $4,080 and shorted a call with a striking price at $4,100, and both of them have an expiration date on March the 6th, and he closed the position right after posting, so he has money to lose tomorrow. On Tuesday he continued with a 200% gain in just 2 hours. He bought a 0-day still expiry SPX bear put spread, which is similar to the previous strategy, but now you you buy one put with a higher striking price and short one with a lower striking price. You make money if the stock falls, and once again your profit and loss is limited. And he specifically bought a SPX put with a striking price at $4,005 and shorted a put with a striking price at $3,975, and both of them have an expiration date on March the 7th. He opened the trade at around 11:30 and sold it at around 1:30, and his last gain was on Thursday, when he made a gain of 500% in just 5 hours. He bought two different 0-day still expiry SPX bear put spreads. For his first strategy he spent 3.3k and bought SPX puts with a striking price at $3,990 and shorted puts with a striking price at $3,930, and on this play he made 16.76k. For his second strategy he spent 1.87k and bought SPX puts with a striking price at $3,980 and shorted puts with a striking price at $3,910, and on this play he made 4.24k. He closed the trade because his battery was at 1% and his phone died. If he had 3% he could have waited and closed it for 10k more, and if his phone didn't die at all he would make $77,000. Next we have an insane loss by OK Performance 1375. I know better. Broke my rule of only investing with 1k at a time and full ported calls on Tuesday, when I should have stayed with the downtrend. As we can see, just today he's down by 97% or $26,743.78, and he's left with around $756. His chart falls straight down because he bought SPY calls when it majorly dropped during JPOW. He started by buying 0-day still expiry SPY calls with a striking price at $405, and then he kept on buying, hoping for the reversal that never happened. Damn, feels bad, and hopefully he somehow makes it back. And last but not least we have an insane gain by Lamira Verge, who turned just $40 to $3,000. He held all day and didn't let go. He had other put positions but let this one ride, so he's up by more than 7,400% or $2,985 because he bought a 0-day still expiry SPX weekly put option with an unknown striking price. He even had the chance to buy it at $20 earlier in the day and was mad that he had to pay $40 for it. Honestly, just an insane gain. I mean, if he spent $1,000 on this option he would have made $75,000. And if you want to see how this trader turned 70k into $870,000 in just 6 trades, click on the video that just popped up. And if that is not enough, smash the subscribe button as you'll help me out a lot in reaching my goal of 600 subscribers. If you have any questions or recommendations, leave them in the comments down below, and thanks for watching.